Welcome to the Cryptonomatron. Today I'm doing my second video on coins that could potentially blow up and go to the moon in 2018. But if this is your first time here and you want to know more about cryptocurrency, ICOs, Bitcoin, blockchain and other related matters, then click on that subscribe button and click on that bell notification icon and you'll get notified as soon as I upload new content. Thanks for doing that, guys. Today's coin is EXRN Chain. Yep, it's an interesting project, cross-chain protocol. Let's have a look at it. So what exactly is EXRN Chain then? Well, it's an innovative cross-chain protocol that connects blockchains using cross-chain gateways built with smart contracts. You can imagine what this could be used for. Decentralized exchanges, atomic swaps, that type of thing, and that's exactly what they propose. So it's a protocol and a network for cross-chain value and data transfer between distributed ledgers. Distributed ledgers, of course, being blockchains if you're new. So what are atomic swaps? Well, atomic swaps allow faster, cheaper, more efficient transfers between cryptocurrencies than was previously possible. But what EXRN Chain are going to do is allow even better, faster and simpler atomic swaps between different cryptocurrencies. So this is going to be implemented in their swap service. They've also got a data transfer protocol that can be used to transfer any encrypted data between different distributed ledgers, which again, could be very, very useful, especially for storage, decentralized storage like IPFS technology and others. And there's also the use case for fast and simple decentralized exchanges that can be built on the back of this EXRN Chain cross-chain network, which is amazing. Cross-chain payments can be facilitated, obviously, because it's so efficient and quick. Then instead of having a number of different wallets to accept hundreds of different cryptocurrencies, you can have one wallet and accept hundreds of different cryptocurrencies. So it's a fantastic potential possibility if you're retailing or even for e-commerce, for example. It's also enterprise ready, and that means the protocol is an all-in-one solution for enterprises to start working and developing their own blockchain projects on the back of this. The last thing, and interestingly, more interestingly than the rest, is that the protocol allows a call or execution of specific smart contract functions of one blockchain to be sent to another chain. Now think about that. That means you can connect and operate any blockchain, Ethereum, Neo, Quantum, anything from one place. So how does EXRN Chain work really? Well, let's go through the components. You have the bidding contract that's connected to the exchange, and also the EXRN swaps GUI. You've got the TIE technology, which is trustless asset identification backend, and that's running on the IPFS with the EXRT nodes. You've got a relayer and swap contract on the back end as well. You've got the two token types, the EXRN and the EXRT tokens as well. You have the reverse swap call and also an exit pool of the EEP. So it's a pretty simple process, and it outlines a process that's used in a few exchanges. The maker, that's the person wanting to buy, makes a bid or places a bid for a cross-chain trade. The taker, who's the one selling, accepts the trade. Then assets of both sides are verified to be genuine. Swap process then gets executed. Money on both sides is locked in and escrowed. The EXRN token is automatically purchased by the taker. The EXRT is purchased by the taker as a fee. The deal is done. The maker receives the EXRN token and the taker receives the given asset. The maker automatically swaps the EXRN to the desired asset with a special EXRN liquidity pool. And this process works all the same for simple data transfers and personal cross-chain transfers as well. So they've got a few interesting and exciting projects in the work as to where they're going. They've just launched, so there's no white paper at the moment. That's coming. I'm waiting to see that. It will be very exciting to see what they've actually got planned and how they're going to implement. But they have the projects that they're going to implement at the moment are EXRNX, which is the exchange. It's cross-chain decentralized exchange built on this EXRN Chain network. It will obviously facilitate atomic swaps. Then they've got the EXRN swaps themselves, and that's the atomic swap implementation based on their protocol, and it's a platform which allows you to exchange your coins with basically a one-click experience. That is going to make a lot of difference, just being able to do it very, very quickly, clicking on it, there it's done. EXRN Pay is going to be another project they're going to implement, and that's going to be the cross-chain payment processor for merchants. Again, I mentioned it before, you can accept hundreds of different cryptocurrencies and also receive the ones you want. Because Atomic Swaps facilitates it so quickly and efficiently and cheaply, then you really have more maneuverability as a retailer or a merchant as to what you can do. Okay, so it's a dual token system. They have two tokens on the ecosystem, the EXRN, which is an ERC20 token. It's used for the core and liquidity. It's 100 billion total supply, which is very high. 70% of that will be airdropped. Again, it's built on the Ethereum network, as I mentioned, and it's used to facilitate the cross-chain transactions, execute the swaps, and provide the liquidity to each transfer. Then there's going to be the EXRT token. That's going to go on the mainnet in 2019 when that's live. It's got 1 billion total supply. 50% will be given to EXRN holders over the next few months, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in a minute. And it's built on the EXRT mainnet. It will be issued as an ERC20 token initially, then swapped over. And it's used to pay the fees for the cross-chain transfers and also to secure cross-chain network with nodes. So we can see that the EXRN token basically provides the liquidity. So any cross-chain swap, whether that be for currency swapping, atomic swap, for example, or a data swap over the different blockchains, has to use the EXRN token. So theoretically, it should always be going up in value. There is a demand created for it because every time, say for example, you change currency, before you can't change directly from, say, Bitcoin to Ethereum. You have to go through the EXRN token itself. So that's where the liquidity is provided, and that creates the demand. Now, the EXRT token is slightly different. Every time you do a cross-chain transfer, again, whether that's data or whether that's an actual atomic swap, it buys a small amount of the EXRT token as a fee, and that's the main use case for the EXRT token itself. Now, there will be an EXRT mainnet. It's going to be a sidechain of Ethereum, and it's built exclusively for this particular network. The EXRT tokens will be swapped for mainnet coins when the distribution ends. So you will start to notice now I've picked these projects based largely on the quality of their developers, the ideas and the potential behind them, and that's the reason I think these projects are going to moon for 2018. This development team is very small, again similar to the project Espers I reviewed in the previous section. So EXRN Chain is Yon Jung, he's the founder, Xuan Wen, he's the co-founder, and Vadim Belov, he's the head of EXRN Pay and EXRNX, which is the exchange and the payment provider, the payment processor, if you like. Yon Jung himself, Solidity dev, Xuan, Solidity Golang developer, and Vadim also experienced in Java. So, you know, they're very developer focused. They're not, you know, this is not an all show and no go project, and that's why I've picked them, guys. So EXRN is the one that's on CoinMarketCap and the exchanges at the moment. The EXRT token, I will explain in a second, is going to be dropped to holders of EXRN and is not yet available on exchanges. The total supply of the EXRN chain token is 100 billion, circulating supply 92.5 billion. Price is very low, 88 thousandths of a cent, can you believe? And it's about 1 Satoshi, a fraction of a 1 Satoshi. And market cap, just a little over $8 million. So yeah, there's quite a lot of potential here. But if you want to get it, you can buy it on the exchanges or directly from the developers themselves. Now, there's an advantage to doing that, because if you buy direct from the developers, although you'll pay more for it than buying it off IDEX or the Chinese exchanges, you will get 10 times the bonus of the EXRT tokens dropped to you. Now, out of the 1 billion EXRT tokens, they're going to be dropping 500 million of them, or 50%, to holders of the EXRN token. All right, it sounds complicated. I'm trying to make sense of it to you, but go to the website. The links are below, and it explains it in detail. Now, to be eligible for the EXRT drops, they drop every 3 months, and this will be continuing through 2018, 2019, till all the drops are expended. You have to hold a minimum of 10 million EXRN tokens if you've bought them on external exchanges, or no minimum if you've bought them from the devs, all right? But as I said, they're much cheaper on the exchanges at the moment. And you know what you should possibly think about doing if you're interested in this project and amassing some of the EXRNT tokens, then you should perhaps buy some from exchanges and some from the devs as well, sort of to offset the difference in cost. So what do I like about EXRN Chain then? Well, the first thing is it has real and multiple use cases. You know, cross-chain swapping, data transfers, atomic swaps, you name it. This has got the ability, and it's got some real value behind it as well. It's got cutting-edge technology as well. It's trying to implement some new things. The token price is still very low, still a bargain in my opinion at this current time. The token utility is also good, and the potential as well for the token going forward, the potential for it to increase in value because of its use for liquidity in the system means that it's got that ability, it has to be used, it's got that ability to grow in value as well. The other thing I liked is holders of the EXRN will be dropped the EXRT token. So basically, if you hold the EXRN right now, over the next couple of years, they will drop every 3 months some EXRT to you. And again, EXRT is another story. They've just put the website up explaining the EXRT token in detail. It's going to be built on the Ethereum virtual machine, of course, and utilized to build dApps on the back of. You know, it's going to have its own use case, its own story. It's got a team of real developers here. You know, this project is all go and no show. It's not just somebody's fantasy white paper ICO. It's still relatively under the radar. There's not a lot of people talking about this project. Again, this means entry point is close. And it's not yet on any major exchanges, meaning it hasn't realized its value at the moment. It's still only on IDEX and a couple other Next exchange, I think, and a couple of Chinese exchanges. So it provides an opportunity at this current time. But it is starting to gain community support, and that means people are wakening up to the possibility of this particular project. So the risks that are involved here, there are a couple. There are 6 token holders with almost 35% of the total supply, so that's quite a lot. And obviously if they decide to liquidate their holdings, then we're in big trouble. There is no white paper yet. Again, all the technology is based on what I can see in the website. There is no demo or anything like that. So we're in early stage of this project again, but if they do start to implement, you're going to lose your chance to make the biggest gains. It's got a small team for such an ambitious project. If they do intend to implement in full, I would suggest they're going to have to hire more people. And again, smaller team and larger project doesn't quite equate. You know, the team is too small to implement for this project at the moment. So, you know, more devs are going to have to come on board. They're going to have to think about bringing in marketing people, etc. Early days though. And another risk I see here is there are no partners or backing as far as I can see. These guys are doing it on their own, and credit to them, enough respect for that. But again, there's no partners behind it. There's no backing as far as I am aware. There's also no demo or no technology available yet as well. And again, that's high risk, but high reward if it pays off. You know, if you get in at this stage and they start to implement later on this year and we actually see some concrete developments, then, you know, that's definitely going to be, that's where you're going to make your gains from. And the other thing that I see here is the market cap is higher than I like at this stage of implementation and development. When I see a market cap closing on $10 million, I expect to see, even from small projects like this, I expect to see something having been implemented and something going on. So the market cap is maybe exaggerated given the stage of development that this project is at. So where do I see the potential gains for this project? Well, the first thing I have to say is an ultra bearish market, because it's such a low price, it might go extinct. You know, if we get an extended run of bearish sentiment, then yeah, this could disappear. And I think that's the same for you know, a less bearish market. I think there won't be any, at the current stage of development, there won't be enough things happening in this project to keep it going. And again, the devs might just up sticks and give up on it. I hope that's not the case, but there is a risk. Again, at this current stage of development, this poses quite a risk, this project. But again, the bigger the risk, the bigger reward. And in a bullish environment, this is easy 10x, guys, no question about it. And in a perma-bullish environment, I was going to say 100x. Can it actually be, you know, can it actually be that big? I think there's a case to argue here. If they can start to implement and we see some concrete developments, then 50x is not out of the question. And you know, this provides a very, very good and exciting opportunity, I feel. So there you have it. My views on EXRN Chain and why I think it could potentially be one of the coins that moons in 2018. If you enjoyed the video, click like, click subscribe, click on that bell icon to get the notifications, and leave comments below. What do you think about EXRN Chain? Are you going to get involved with this? Do you think it's got potential? Let me know what you're thinking. We can feedback and bounce off each other. I try to answer all the comments. Part 3 is coming up soon. I'll upload it as soon as I can. It's going to be on Origami Network, so stay tuned for that one. It's another exciting project that I'm really keen on. So yeah, stay tuned.